Stop following a meal plan. I know that sounds insane coming from a fitness coach like myself, but hear me out because this one major thing, it could be absolutely destroying your chances of getting lean this year or whenever you're trying to get lean. I used to be that guy who followed a very, very strict meal plan. I'd print out the entire thing on a sheet of paper. I'd plaster it on my fridge. Every Sunday was meal prep day. I literally used to put 20 chicken breasts on a grill, fire up a huge pot of broccoli and a huge pot of rice, and that was my Sunday evening every single week. And every single week, by the time Thursday rolled around, I was white knuckling it, trying to stay on top of my meal plan. But I couldn't do it. If I was lucky, I'd make it to Friday before I would binge eat and literally order 2 pizzas, wings, mozzarella sticks, and a soda, and I would eat myself sick because the meal plan I was following was just way too strict. Now, I'd feel like a failure every single week. I'd spiral out of control. I'd binge eat, and then I'd start over on Monday. Now, this might sound familiar, but here's the thing that literally I don't hear too many people talking about. The meal plan itself is not the problem. It's the system behind the meal plan. And once I was able to change my systems and my routines and the roadmap I was following, then everything started to shift. So in about 6 months back in my early 20s, I dropped 65 pounds once I was able to ditch the strict meal plan and implement what we now call our 3M system, which I'm going to share with you on today's video. I went from overweight, lack of confidence, no self-esteem, feeling run down, low energy, testosterone in the tank, to thriving, to actually getting lean enough to see my six pack. And so I want to share with you that whole system today, starting with the first, and let's just call it the most important piece when it comes to meal plans and just your overall system. Now, this unconventional strategy I'm about to share with you, it's probably partially things you've heard before, but I think when you see how I piece it all together, you're going to go, aha, I realize now what I've been lacking. The meal planning system we're going to start with is implementing pillar number 1, which is our 3E meal planning system inside of the 3M system. 3 E's are easy, enjoyable, and effective. Meal plans themselves are not the problem. It's how they're structured. Most meal plans are going to tell you to eat way too many meals, starting, with a breakfast that may or may not be necessary, and then eating every 2 to 3 hours around the clock, training your appetite to want food all the time. See, our appetites are like a puppy. You got to train them from the jump. You got to get them on the right plan. Otherwise, they're going to poop and pee everywhere in the house. Literally, your appetite is going to be your worst enemy, or it'll be your biggest ally if you train it appropriately. So we have to have an easy meal plan. That's number 1. So it's got to be something that you don't lose a lot of sleep over. Maybe it requires some meal prep. Maybe it doesn't. It depends on your choice and how you like to structure your week, where you eat, what your work life is like, what your travel's like. You have to have a meal plan that's easy to implement. Now, it's also got to be enjoyable. If you have zero enjoyment around the food you eat, the chances of you sticking with it long-term are slim to none. You might be able to white knuckle it like I did back in the day for periods of time, but you're going to eventually fall off because we're just creatures who want to have some pleasure in our life. I'm not saying be a glutton. I'm not saying you deserve to eat all this pizza and ice cream and burgers and fries or whatever, but it's got to hit the taste buds in a way that you go, okay, I like this a little bit. So the rule we have with our clients is we literally say, hey, once a day, you got to eat something you enjoy. That helps you hit your goals, of course. This is part of our entire system. We call it the predictable fat loss and peak performance protocol. And I'm going to give you the whole thing. All you got to do is comment fat loss on this video, and I will send you the 12-page roadmap that you'll be able to read in 5 minutes or less. That's going to give you the playbook on taking you from 30+% body fat down to seeing your abs, maybe for the first time ever in your adult life. If that's you, comment fat loss, and I'll send you the playbook 100% free. So now, easy, enjoyable, and what's that last word? Effective. So no meal plan is effective until it actually shows you results. See, for me, back when I was following my meal plan, man, I would lose 4 or 5 pounds from Monday to Thursday, and then I'd gain it all back from Friday to Sunday because I couldn't stick to my meal plan. It just didn't fit with my lifestyle, didn't fit with the foods I was eating. Keep in mind, the meal plan I was following was like 4 meals of chicken and rice, a protein shake, and oatmeal and egg whites. And then occasionally I got to eat, wait for it, tilapia instead of chicken. Yeah, tilapia, like the worst fish literally in existence. It was miserable, okay? So we got the easy, enjoyable, effective system in place. Now, what's the next thing? Well, the next thing is the 80-20 framework. 80-20 framework. 80% of your nutrition needs to be rock solid. Healthy foods, whole foods, enough protein, and high vitamins, high mineral content, things that are going to improve your health. But the other 20%, well, that's where you can enjoy some of the not so good stuff, maybe made in a healthier way or out to eat under portion control. Once again, I'm not telling you to be a glutton here, but you might enjoy a glass of wine. You might enjoy a burger with your kids. You might enjoy a couple slices of cake at a birthday party, whatever it is. 20% of the time, you don't have to give up the good stuff. You just got to keep it reasonable. I'm not telling you to go to the buffet and get 4 plates of food and have to get a wheelchair to get back to your car because you're in a food coma. That's not what we're talking about. The 80-20 rule allows for you to live responsibly. It also might allow for certain stretches of time, like a vacation, where you're just going to give yourself freedom and permission to eat what you want when you want it. That might be the 20% of the time thing. And the rest of the time when you're at home, you're pretty on point. You don't really have too many crazy food sessions. This takes practice. I don't want to pull the wool over your eyes here and tell you this is going to happen tonight. No, you're going to have to work on this. You're going to have to explore your identity. I'll outline the whole game plan if you comment fat loss. I'm not just going to tell you how to eat better, but I'm going to tell you how to structure workouts, cardio, hormones, everything in the playbook. Just comment fat loss and I'll send it to you. But this is what we do. I've been doing this for 15 plus years with guys over 40 who have an amazing career, amazing family, but just don't feel good in their own skin. I've been teaching these guys for 15 plus years how to fix this because I was that guy. And when I was that guy who was struggling with this meal plan base, not able to enjoy my life, feeling like a failure, just going, man, I'm never going to get abs, dude. Like, this is just not in the cards for me. I remember saying that. I used to say, like, I would tell people, I don't have the genetics to get abs. Crazy. But that's how I felt. So the third piece, this third strategy, is I find it a little unconventional, but I think you'll appreciate it, is win the week before it actually starts. All right. So every Sunday, there's an exercise that I want you to do. I call it the 5-minute nutrition playbook. So here's what we want to find out. We want to find out, where are the potential landmines in your week? Is it travel days, birthday parties, night outs, whatever they are? We got to figure it out. Is it a late meeting? Is it a dinner with your boss or coworkers or employees or whatever? Let's just make sure we're adjusting ahead of time instead of being reactive and going, oh man, I just ended up at this work dinner I knew about 3 weeks in advance. Didn't know what to eat because I didn't plan. If we fail to plan, we plan to fail. It's really simple. Take 2 minutes on a Sunday evening. Plan this stuff out. Plan this stuff out. Now, the good news is, inside of our program, we have technology that I have built to allow you to track your food without having to weigh anything. All you have to do is take a picture. It's pretty cool. It's proprietary software that we've built inside of our coaching system. And so convenience could be something you're struggling with. Maybe part of the lack of planning is just going, man, this just feels really, really difficult. I don't want to have to be this Spartan monk who weighs his food, brings a food scale, all this crazy stuff, right? But I can tell you right now that 5 minutes that you spend planning out your week will be the most productive 5 minutes that you'll apply to your nutrition. Forget about the 3 hours of meal prep, dude. You got to think about the times during your week where you're likely to fall off. You get those things fixed. You got strategies in place. I'm telling you, it's going to get really, really easy. Okay. So the last thing I'll leave you with, just as a thought, and just don't forget, If you want that predictable fat loss and peak performance report and guide and system, just comment fat loss below this video. I'll send it to you absolutely free. If you're interested in how I help guys see their abs, feel good about themselves again, get in the best shape of their adult life, check out the comments below, the description below, and there's a link, and you can check out our program. You can watch a quick video all about it, okay? But there's something here that I think you need to hear. And one of the number one mistakes that a lot of the guys I work with are making is trying to be perfect. Just trying to be perfect. Perfection is the enemy of progress. It really is. You don't need to be perfect. What you need is to be repeatable. You need a system that is realistic, but also gets you out of your comfort zone a bit so that you can progress and actually get where you want to go. But it's got to fit into your real life lifestyle. Okay, it's got to fit. You can't fit square peg, round hole. If your lifestyle is like set up this way to put a roof over your family's head, food on their table, fun, experiences, memories, and you look at this nutrition and workout system and you go, that's never going to work. Well, then it's never going to work. So it's got to be built into you. So if you're ready to lose fat, you're ready to transform permanently this year, get that guide, comment fat loss. I'll send it to you. And then watch this video here. This next video is going to teach you a lot of really key things when it comes to permanent transformation, things that we teach our clients inside of our system, which, by the way, if you want to learn more about it, check out the description below. In the meantime, remember, life moves fast. Make it count. Go watch this video, and I will see you over there.